since you're working from home. Maybe that's why.
I don't know. I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Hi, everybody. Welcome in. It's Raheel and Jose. We're here. We're just talking about slow internet, and I think it's happening to a lot of people because those companies, a lot of the like, I have AT&T, right? And what they do is they do have data limits even on your home plan. So your home Wi-Fi, your gig speed, all that stuff, it has data caps. So maybe that's what's happening to you since you are now a work from home guy.
I mean, maybe. Like all of a sudden, my laptop is just not working. So I think it's just a combination of just a bunch of bad things. By the way, happy 316 day.
Yep,
Happy
happy
Stone
Stone
Cold Steve
Cold.
Austin day.
Yeah, happy 316. I should have worn my shirt. I don't know why I didn't wear my shirt, but I wore my Texas shirt because your boys just won the Big 12 championships, so I had to flex a little bit. My Texas X's shirt, even though I don't think I ever renewed my membership because I was too broke. So Texas X's is a club you join after you graduate, and you pay like it's $1,000 for a lifetime membership, or you pay $100 or like $30 a month or $30 a year, and you get the first year for free. And I renewed
Sure,
like 1 year, but then I never
sure.
did it after that because I was like not making any money, and I was like, you know what, I'll do it one day, and I just never like I could do it now. It's not a big deal. But now I'm just like, whatever. I just support them by buying T-shirts.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's the
You're a
Texas
t-shirt
X's.
man.
That's what I do. So happy 316 day. What's your favorite Stone Cold moment?
Damn, that's a good question because I had to watch not even most, like all of his career, like in highlights or like going back to the WWE network. I don't know if I have a single one. Maybe the you know what it is? It's the grocery store fight with Booker T. That's
That's a
that's
good
what
one.
I'll pick that one. I'll go with that one.
That's such a good one. I was there for WrestleMania at the Astrodome, and it was like I was literally touching the top of the Astrodome. That we were in the last
No
row.
way.
We were literally the last row at WrestleMania,
Sure,
and it
sure.
was incredible. It was so awesome. We couldn't see a damn thing back then. You didn't have like a huge, gigantic Megatron
There was
or
no
Jumbotron.
jumbotron.
Yeah,
No.
like it was horrible. You couldn't see anything. All we saw were like little dots, right? Like, and I saw Undertaker. This was during his what was his motorcycle phase? I'm blanking right now.
American Badass
Yeah, American
Undertaker.
Badass phase. So like he
Yeah.
wrote down the ramp and everybody's freaking out like, "Oh, that's so crazy." Stone Cold was there, so it was awesome. And I again like we didn't have much money, right? So like we saved up, my brother and myself, we saved up, we bought that
Sure.
ticket, and then I couldn't afford the Austin 316 shirt because that was like the hottest T-shirt at the time, right?
Yeah.
So I got some like knockoff Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt, and I still have it. I
You
still
got
wear it.
you got the bootleg shirt?
It literally looks like a bootleg shirt. I'm not even joking. I'll send you a picture afterwards. I have it somewhere on my Twitter or my Instagram. Like I'll wear it anytime I go to a WrestleMania
That's
or Royal Rumble event. Like if we go out, that's the only wrestling shirt I wear, and it looks like a bootleg T-shirt. It's awesome.
that's absurd. How much was that tee? Like $12? $5?
Yeah, it was the cheapest T-shirt you could buy at WrestleMania or wherever I got it because the Austin 316 shirt was, like at the time it was like $25. That's a lot of money. So I found the cheapest one, and I think my dad was like, "Yeah, you can get that one." And it says, "Give me a hell yeah." So when I
Oh
wore
my
it to
god.
school, I always got worried I was gonna go to detention because
Yeah.
it said hell on it. So one time I just taped the hell, so it just says, "Give me a
Give
yeah."
me a yeah.
And I think he's doing double rods on it too. So
Do
I've
you have
got
to
to.
tape the double rods up?
No, I didn't tape the double rods up. I think it was okay. I think most teachers at the time understood, and they probably watched it, right?
Yeah.
Like, because I'm thinking back in middle school, a lot of my teachers were probably 28, right? 28 to 30s. They were probably watching wrestling as well because WWE Attitude Era was the greatest television.
That's when it still had the grips of pop culture in general. And now they have instances where they are kind of hit or miss. Right now they're actually doing something really intelligent on their end with all the stuff they're doing with Bad Bunny. Has been like the most brilliant marketing they've done in like
Yep.
freaking years, but most of it is misses nowadays with them.
Yeah, it's like the storylines, everyone gets so upset about them and they just don't like the angles and all that. Yet we all still like we watch, right? Because it makes
We
us
still
feel
watch the
young. Yeah.
pay-per-views. We still
Yeah,
watch
like
the
we'll watch the big
pay-per-views.
ones. I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
WrestleMania. I wanna go to WrestleMania. But I don't think I'm gonna go because I'm gonna save my trip for Indianapolis if the Horns get to the Final Four,
Oh,
which they will.
I thought you were gonna go to the draft. The
No,
draft
I'm not
combine.
going to the draft.
You're not gonna go to
By
the
the way,
draft combine next year?
no chance I'm going
All
to
right.
that party. That sausage party. Big ol' Lance used to hate it when I did that with him. I was like, oh, so wait, you guys are telling me there's gonna be a bunch of dudes who are gonna run away from their wives for a week so they can watch really fit college athletes in spandex and like measure them and touch them. Man, that's awesome. That sounds like a good time. Man, you guys are really gonna have fun, huh? And he used to hate that. And I understand why.
Didn't Lance have like consecutive years of injuries at the NFL draft combine?
Yeah, when he broke his foot.
Like there was a foot thing. Wasn't there something else? He had like a really bad stomach problem or
Yeah.
something like that. What year?
One
Lance
year
should
he-
just not go.
The foot one was the funniest one because he actually had to go to the NFL doctors to get that foot checked out. Like
No.
here they are
God.
looking at Jalen Hurts, right?
Yeah.
And Jared Judy, like whatever, the greatest players, right? And then here comes Lance with a broken foot, and they're like, "How'd you do it?" I stepped off a
I stepped
curb.
wrong.
He literally stepped off the curb. Man, it was so wild. Okay, we got a lot of stuff to hit on. My man Alex is listening. He says, "What's the best college in America?"
University of Houston downtown, baby.
The Dolphins.
We're so
No, what's
cool.
your
We
mascot?
don't even have a hand sign. It's the
What's
Gator.
your mascot? The
It's
Gator.
It's the Educator. Okay.
The Educator. Who's a Dolphin? Is that?
I don't know.
I think the Dolphin is like Lone Star, Webster. I think because that's wherever Dell went. I forgot. That I think it's the Dolphin. I'm pretty sure.
That's
That's
very
the
on
mascot.
brand for Dell.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, it's like
I know
that.
one of the Lone Star campuses very ill-fittingly has a hurricane as their mascot. Feel like maybe we should reconsider that one, or we should
Yeah.
have
Or at least throw like a color in front of it, like the golden hurricane.
the
Like,
golden.
okay.
That solves
Like,
everything.
that's fine. Yeah, then it's all good. Okay, so let's get into NFL free agency, Jose.
Let's go.
That's what everybody who is listening to this podcast, they want to know. Who are your big winners in NFL free agency?
My big winner is the New Orleans Saints getting rid of that noodle hand ass Drew Brees. That's my big winner. Not Bill
Your
Belichick,
big-
who suddenly is just busting the bank open. It's the Saints addition by subtraction. That is my big winner.
Yeah, but it was a pass interference. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Never mind the fact he threw an interception in overtime in that game.
An ugly ass interception. Trash ass Drew Brees. I do respect Drew Brees though. His
course.
career it's awesome. It's fantastic. He gave us one of the best memes, right? With the black hand, and the white hand shaking as an apology. That's one of the great memes of all time that you and I use a lot in El Jefe. I just don't
Privately.
publicly go with it because people just get so sensitive about it. But that is one of the great memes of all time in
Yeah.
sports for me.
And the leading passer in the history of the NFL. That too, I guess. But
Yeah, that's good too. Completions, right? Touchdowns, top 3. So yeah,
Yeah.
pretty dang good, man. And not
I
bad
guess,
for a
yeah.
kid, Austin Westlake, right? And he hates his mom, which is great. I always like throwing that in there. Our man Lionel says, "Hey Raheel, I finally got my Jordan 1 Spider-Man Origins. I bit the bullet and bought them through GOAT. Nice, man. Congratulations. That's a great
money
pair.
bags Leo. Oh my.
Yeah, look at you. Stimmy money hitting.
That's Timmy.
My man got the Stimmy money. That's my favorite pair. That's the one I always wear. Like I love that I
I'm
love
so
that
jealous.
shoe.
So jealous you have those. And I don't.
That was my Hail Mary Hail Mary Connect of all time. I love that shoe. Okay, I want to start with this. I want to start with for real, a sports topic.
Oh no.
The Oklahoma play-by-play guy who blamed diabetes for his racial outburst towards high school girls.
Yeah.
Okay, on the surface, unbelievable story as is, right? Like look, racism is alive. They just trying to conceal it, right? Like we know that line. It's there. Racism exists, guys. Everyone knows that. to see it play out that way, for those of you who don't know what happened at a Oklahoma high school basketball game, one team took a knee during the national anthem, and the play-by-play and color commentators who were calling the game, they went to break during the national anthem. A lot of you haven't done play-by-play, or
a lot of you. I would say like, all of you.
All of you haven't done play-by-play. But what happens is during the setup, your mic is essentially on, but somebody takes the feed away when you go to break, right? So like somebody turns it down on another board. Somebody did not turn this mic off because they just wanted this man to be exposed, which I applaud them. They should be in the running for Times Person of the Year. For real, like, expose the racist. This is great. That person should get a raise. They should stop being an unpaid intern and actually get money, because you know it was an unpaid position if it's Oklahoma girls basketball. So somebody left the mic up, and this dude goes on a rant, a racial-driven rant, where he called the girls the N-word for taking a knee. And then the footage, of course, hits online, which is great. Like, yes, expose these people. Some people didn't want his name to leak. They're like, oh, it was a hot, he didn't know it was a hot mic and this and that. No.
Always assume the mic is hot. That's
and even
like Radio
then,
101.
Radio 101, but you know what? Hey, man, if you're going to let the hate out, guess what? Eventually, you're going to get got, and you got. And people are like, we shouldn't say his name. They're going to threaten his family on that. Tough luck, buddy. Tough luck. You knew what you were doing. And then we find out, like, after the whole day passes, he releases a statement where he blamed his diabetes on his racist remarks.
My man just needed a Snickers bar. Can we cut him some slack, please?
He's like, man, you turn into such a KKK member when you're hungry, Steve. And it was unbelievable, Jose. Every day I think we're never going to get a more unbelievable story in sports or in pop culture. And yet we wake up and we get something as disgusting, horrible, yet unbelievable with the diabetes excuse.
That's a top-notch excuse. That's better than, I was hacked.
Yeah,
that's like, and it's original, like A+ for originality, truthfully. Like, to blame diabetes of all things.
See, it's times like this where I wish.
My mom is a type 2 diabetic, and she has never said the N-word once.
No, she hasn't.
So,
but he had type 1. He had type 1.
Oh, see, after the show, I'll call my grandma and ask her, because she's
you got to ask her now. Okay, grandma. Well, look, I don't think she's saying the N-word, but she's saying some racist stuff, right?
But not my grandma, not mommy, Mom.
Okay, I'm just telling you, my grandma, rest in peace, love her to death. She would say some stuff. I'm like, you can't be saying that. Okay, you cannot say this. That's stereotyping, Grandma. Don't do that.
As far as I know, not my Mom.
So yeah, type 1 diabetes. One of the big side effects of it is racism. I did not know that. Incredible story.
Like, that's God. Like, we shouldn't be making fun of. Like, it's a terrible thing. He's a POS for saying what he said, but also like. Diabetes, bro? Like, that's the best you could come up with.
And then he did the whole, I'm married, I have children.
I'm a Christian man.
It's always a Christian man.
It's always a Christian man. It's always a Christian man.
When are the Christians going to learn, and the Muslims, and the Hindus, and the Jewish people that are listening? Everybody. Religious people do really bad stuff as well. There's not, like, okay, what would be the perfect excuse, right? Like, hey, I'm a shoe head, or I'm a sneaker head, I'm a shoe collector. I couldn't say these kind of things. What would it be? Because everybody does bad stuff. Is there any category left where we'd go, oh, okay, this guy only shops at HEB. Of course he wouldn't say stuff like this.
Oh, damn. That's a newborn baby? I don't know. That's a baby that doesn't know how to talk yet?
No. For an adult.
Oh, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist, right?
No.
El Jefe says, I'm a spicy boy. No, we don't want that out there. No. Which, by the way, one of our listeners, he wore his spicy boy mask while getting the vaccine. So shout out to him.
Oh, nice. Did he send a
Yeah, that's
video?
awesome.
And did he lie about working at a dentist's office?
No, he didn't. I think he got it. I think he
Okay.
lied about something else. Yeah, the leader of the Spicy Boy had to lie to get a vaccine when I really didn't have to lie. I legally got it. It was okay, but I still lied.
So, how are you feeling, by the way?
I feel good. I feel
Yeah.
normal. Omar, one comment. Omar says there would be no KKK if we all gave them penicillin. So stupid.
Yes,
That's
that's
so
good.
stupid. So dumb. Sammy says, I knew racism still existed when Gordon Hayward was calling ISO on black players on the Black Lives Matter logo. That's not what happened. Okay, so how am I feeling? I feel good. The next day, I texted you this. I could not lift my arm up. I
That's
could not
wild.
lift it up. I was so sore. Like I could literally get it up. Like if we're looking at it, like parallel, I could barely get it up. And then throughout the day, I started massaging it. I put some lidocaine on it. I put my muscle stimulator machine on it that I use for injuries, and then that like loosened it up. By the end of the night, I was playing basketball, so I was fine. And then the
Yeah,
next day, I was good. Nothing. Didn't feel anything. My wife was fine. She had no issues at all. Now, like everyone around us, they're all getting through, which is great. Pretty much everyone has gotten through, so that's nice to hear. But it felt good, man. I felt normal
that's great. Do you have your shot in 2 weeks? Your follow up or
on the
next week?
30th.
Oh
Yeah,
man, wow.
on the 30th. That might be so. We're not going to do the podcast next Tuesday because I'm going to Corpus.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going. We're
before your
taking a
second
vacation.
vaccine. Hmm.
Yeah, we're still going. We're going to
Hmm.
do it. So that brings us to our first question: how much has life changed for you since the vaccine?
It's crazy. It's crazy that you thought that are asking me that because something happened to me this weekend and I meant to tell you about it, but I just didn't get around to it. But it's still a big adjustment, truthfully. Like
Mm-hmm.
my mom and I went to Walmart this weekend, and I was still very paranoid about her like getting too close to people or just being very self aware of my surroundings. But in fact, we both have the full vaccination. We've been vaccinated twice, so in
Yeah.
theory we're good. But it was still just like I had to keep reminding her, like, hey, just don't get too close to other people. Like, hey, you're just obviously for her safety, but also for like the peace of mind of the people around us because everyone's on edge still, right? Like, even if
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't even know the statistics of how many people have been vaccinated in Texas yet, truthfully. But like, it's still safe to assume the person next to you at the grocery store isn't vaccinated. So I was just kind of like, just remember, keep your distance, kind of.
Yeah.
And there's still an adjustment period as far as I'm concerned.
For me, at the SaberCats game, the adjustment from a health standpoint, I know like I'm not as stressed out anymore about people getting close to me or handshake and all that stuff. It was normal from that standpoint. Like, but I had to catch myself. Like I would take my mask off at times, right? Like I'm literally running around when I do my hits. I leave my mask on now because the first game I took it off and I didn't feel right, because we're telling all these fans like, hey, keep your mask on. When you're
Yeah.
walking around, when you're at your seats, you can take your mask off, all that stuff. I didn't feel right, but like even when I was in my like little holding area and I'm with other coworkers, they all leave their mask on, and I'm just like, now I just take it off. Like I feel
Mm,
comfortable taking it off, and they all were looking at me, and I was like, oh my bad, put it back on. So like I catch myself doing things where like, okay,
yeah.
it's and one, I only have the first dose, right? Like I'm still not fully there. So like I'm catching myself doing that, but from a lifestyle, like no, I'm good. Like I'm still doing the same stuff. I'm still gonna go play basketball. I feel more comfortable playing basketball now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. Like before the vaccination, I would play the game. Like we would play a game, and if you're sitting, I would put a mask on right away, and I would sit away from people. I didn't even get close to them. But now I'll sit near them, and I'll take I don't even put a mask on while I'm waiting for games.
Now you French him at the bench.
Yeah, I'm just hanging out. I'm just, what's up? I'm just like now I can do my
What you doing after this?
I can do my Kobe. I can do that now. I can open my mouth. I can talk during games. Like before, I wouldn't even talk that much during games. I don't know. I just felt like weird. And you're like, if you're gonna get it, you're probably gonna get it playing
Yeah.
basketball, right? Around so many guys and all that stuff. But luckily, we haven't had any outbreaks. But we keep our group really tight.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone's like respecting protocols. A lot of us already have the shot, so which is great. But it hasn't changed that much. But we'll see. The big test is going to be when we go to Corpus.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't out there wilding out this weekend.
No.
Was it? Where was it? Was it San Jacinto?
Where?
The big spring break stuff at the beach that
Padre Island.
That's what it was. South Padre.
Yeah. South Padre was wilding out. But that's how it was last year.
Sure.
What do we expect? Like these kids are not college kids are not gonna abide by anything. They don't care. They're kids. They're gonna act like this.
There was that viral video last year about the kids spring breaking in
the Ozarks.
Miami. No, it was in Miami.
Miami.
They're like, oh, I'm fine. I'm young.
Yeah, like that's how it. Remember the Ozarks? They were doing that. They had a huge pool party where there was.
Oh God, I forgot.
Remember that?
About
It's like
that.
even without coronavirus, would you want to be part of that? Like, no, I'm good.
Hell no.
Yeah, so it was pretty nasty, man.
Pool parties gross me out. The
let's talk about
pool parties gross me out.
Yeah, it is pretty disgusting. In hindsight, like it's like, ugh, why did we ever do those? Grammys. Let's talk about this because I enjoyed watching it, even though the ratings were an all-time low. Or
Solidarity
it was like
with Gangsta Gibbs. I'm not watching.
Yeah.
Till next year.
You're not watching because hey man, your guy didn't win. What can we do? They had to give a Lifetime Achievement Award to Nas for Rap Album of the Year.
My joke. Damn it! I was gonna make that joke.
I took it before you could.
They said, "Damn, here, shut up already."
Have you looked at the list of Rap Album of the Year in the Grammys, and you're like, man, some of the best artists ever haven't won a Grammy.
Yeah, it's pretty daunting. I mean, Macklemore won over Kendrick Lamar, but Tyler the Creator won last year, so there was a glimmer of hope in me. And obviously,
I'm gonna
go ahead, because while you pull that up, like there was a glimmer of hope because Tyler won last year, and like. In terms of the hip hop circle, like everyone was talking about Alfredo, so I had a feeling he would win. But I totally slept on the Lifetime Achievement Award for Nas, which granted, I'm not gonna sit here and act like that wasn't a good album. Just last week I was talking about how good that album was. It was a good album. It wasn't better than Alfredo, but it is funny to get the Lifetime Achievement jokes off.
Okay, here's some so the award started in 96, okay? Tupac has been nominated before. He has never won a Grammy for Best Rap Album. Naughty by Nature won the first one ever in 1996. Tupac's Me Against the World, which is a great album. Bone Thugs and Harmony, E99, Eternal, ODB's Return to 36 Chambers on there, and then Skilo, I Wish. I don't know how that made it. But Naughty by Nature won the first one. The Fugees, The Score won Rap Album of the Year. All Eyes on Me lost that one. A Tribe Called Quest, Beats, Rhymes, and Life lost that one as well. So Tribe has never won. Tupac has never won. Puff Daddy has won. Jay-Z has won. Eminem has won 1, 2, 3. Outkast has one, which is great. Kanye has won 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Yeah, 4. Kendrick Lamar did win for Damn in 2018.
Yeah, he did, but he didn't win for Good Kid, Mad City, and I don't remember if he won for To Pimp a Butterfly.
To Pimp a Butterfly.
He might not have.
I don't even think it was nominated. I'm looking at it right now.
No,
it was. No, he did. He did win.
2016.
Yeah, he did win for To Pimp a Butterfly. So he won that one. He won it for Damn.
Tyler won last year.
Yeah, Tyler won for Igor. Cardi B won 1 year. Kendrick Lamar the year before that. Coloring Book, the album you hate so much, won Rap Album of the Year. Chance the Rapper.
I don't hate Coloring. No, we don't hate Coloring Book here. We hate whatever the hell that day, the Big Day, I think it was called.
Oh, right? The Big Day. That's right. The Big Day. The Big Day. That's the one.
His manager, his former manager, literally sued him over because it was so trash and he was tainting his name. That one. That's the one we hate.
Oh, okay, my bad. Common has never won. He's been up for a couple. So like Lupe Fiasco has never won. Lil Wayne has won, so that's good. That's nice. But yeah, some of the best names in rap have never won a Grammy, and that's that. But I
mean, Nas was there for. I mean, Nas, I think he had like 17 nominations before he finally won.
Let me see his album of the year nominations. He was nominated for one. I don't see any more. Yeah, I think he's 1, 2, and 3.
But
Life is good.
he's had
And
nominations
yeah,
in
he's at
other
yeah.
categories, and he had never won. This was literally his first Grammy
That's
in
sick.
his career. I mean, his first album came out in 1994, so that's wild.
That's incredible.
All the while, Jay-Z just like topped the most awards ever for a rapper. Like,
Yeah.
it's wild.
I enjoyed the actual Grammy broadcast. It was fun.
The setup, yeah.
The setup. The one thing I learned about it, and we'll talk about WAP and Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion. The one thing I saw on Twitter, which I was surprised by because I didn't know this existed, people don't like Trevor Noah. I didn't know that.
Oh, what do you mean you didn't know that? People talk about Trevor Noah all the time.
Why?
I don't.
Man, I
can
think
tell
he's
you. I will say,
brilliant.
like the promos for his show are some of the most excruciating things I've ever seen. Like those promos are pretty freaking bad. Have you checked them out? Like whenever you're just casually watching,
Yeah, like
I was gonna say Cartoon Network, Comedy Central, like the promos for a show are so cringe.
they'll be like,
But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why people hate him though or dislike him because as a host, man, he did a great job. And I'm looking at it from a hosting standpoint. He was charming. He was funny. He didn't stumble. He was on top of everything. His show is good too. Like the actual show, when you watch it, it's smart. It's funny. And then I saw all this hate, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I haven't read his book. My wife loves him. She said the book is fantastic. His story, his family story, all that. It's great. I was caught off guard. I didn't know it existed.
Did you notice he got a fresh lineup, but like he left the Fro alone?
Yeah.
I thought
He
that was
wanted
funny.
everyone, yeah, he wanted to like, hey, look, we're still in the pandemic, right? Like for the longest time,
But
everybody
I'm
was
also
doing that. Yeah.
but I'm also hosting the Grammys. Don't get crazy
Yeah.
here.
Like, come on, you're walking around without a mask on in front of, 50, 60 people, but you can't get a haircut, which you did get, but you just couldn't go all the way. Because that for the longest time, everybody, like, I would say about 3 months into last year's lockdown, people were getting haircuts, right? Like they were privately getting them. People were coming to their house or they were going somewhere and they were getting haircuts, but nobody wanted to post a picture because we don't want to feel bad, right? We don't want people to be like,
We don't
ooh,
want to get shamed.
hey, what are you doing getting a haircut? Pandemic. We're in this together. What are you doing? But you're like, well, like this is a super rich person. They probably did it safely, but he's probably playing that like, hey, look, we're still in a pandemic. The Grammys don't look the same. And my afro's still here. So that means we're still in this pandemic. So solidarity, buddy.
The one thing I didn't like, which they telegraphed the hell out of Beyonce breaking the record for female artist when he stopped them on stage. He's like, "Oh guys, just so you know, Beyonce just tied the record." Like, come on, bro. What are you doing?
So I think that was I don't think they were prepared for that, honestly, because
you don't
because
stop.
It looked like
That was so
it looked
corny.
like he got a note like from his like while he was off stage. They're like, Trevor, she just broke the record. We got to bring this up somehow.
They did.
Oh, sorry, tied the record.
Yeah,
she tied it at that point.
Come on.
So I bet they're like,
I don't think that's a coincidence.
No, man.
No.
It felt like, hey, Trevor, somehow say this, like do it. And and he did it. Like, hey, that's the only way. Hey, let's grab the camera, get right in front of them, and just go, hey guys, hold on, we're having fun. It's casual. It's the way the ceremony was going. That's what it felt like to me.
I disagree. It felt so forced, and it's so, I don't know what the word is. I guess funny to see a superstar of Beyonce's magnitude like almost look like she feels uncomfortable with all the attention, despite the fact she is like the biggest female artist of my lifetime. She is like so uncomfortable with all the attention.
Do you think she really is uncomfortable, or is that part of her charm?
Is that her bit? Is that part of her bit? Is what you're asking me?
Like she's just like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed, but she's like, yeah,
bitch,
so hard.
You're damn right. You're damn right.
Yeah, of course we won Song of the Year because we worked really hard at it.
Could be.
Did I tell you Bun B told us, he's like, man, Beyonce will literally practice for a concert, a dance, whatever, right? Like a performance, like 8 to 9 hours a day. Like it is grind, and
That's wild.
and she'll go at it hard, and that's it. That's her life. Like, she is on top of it. So I don't like I. Part of me is just like, hey, after you break these records, you just, because she's always been very charming and humble,
Sure.
right? It would be kind of weird for her to tie the record and be like, damn right I did. What? Yeah, we in this now? Like, no, come on. You know what you're doing. I think that's what it is.
I mean, it could be, but it was still very. It was cool to see like the way she carried herself, and
Hmm.
the way like Megan Thee Stallion spoke about her like next year, like that was cool. Oh, that was cool.
So, were you offended by the WAP performance? Did you see clips of it, or did you
I
watch it
did
live?
no, I did see it live. I started watching live. I only caught like the last 30 minutes live. No, but why would that offend me? I'm fine.
It
None of
was
that bothers me.
incredible. It was so good. As soon as it happened, we all knew what was good.
Oh yeah,
I was just waiting. I was like, oh man, Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro are gonna, this is gonna be their content for the next 6 weeks, like
she
this.
just
And sure enough, Cardi B and
mm,
Candy, as they call her now, they've just been going back and forth, and it is fantastic. I love
like
it.
where do you think? So for those of you who don't know, as Raheel mentioned, they've been Candace Owens and Cardi B have been going back and forth, and Cardi B is pulling like all these receipts out of nowhere. Is someone DMing her all of these things? Like, is a stan like, "Hey, Cardi, hope you're doing well.
Oh
Here's
yeah.
this and this," or does she have like a team, or does she like is she just like well versed on like context?
Well, she is. She's a kid of the internet. She gets
I
the
mean,
internet,
yeah, she
right? I mean, like,
definitely
she
is.
became really famous off the internet as well, right? I think what happens is when you go to a popular thread, and you've done this, I've done this, you look at it and you'll see fans tagging,
Right.
content or sharing content. Like, wait, is this the same Candace Owens that once tweeted you? And they'll put the screenshot of Candace Owens giving Cardi B props, and then you save it, right? You just save that material for the next time.
You think
And
Cardi just has a folder in an iPhone of shade?
oh yeah, for sure she has it, man. Because I have one. I
No,
save,
you
like,
don't.
I have yes, like, I have folders now, because what happened is, when I talked to Josiah, and he's like, yeah, dude, like, I just keep a folder of stuff and content, and I label it, so I just remember, like, oh, this is where I put that clip, or this is where that
Yeah.
screenshot is. So I started doing that as well, and they're doing it. Politicians do it, because when you
Oh yeah.
see, like, politicians go back and forth, they usually go at Dan Crenshaw for some reason. I don't know why, but they always go at him. But they'll have these screenshots and tweets, everything ready to go, and they fire them off. And I'm sure the social media team does some of that too. They're ready to go with it, but it's great. Like, I love it. That's what social media is about. Like, fire your jokes off, get your comments off, and have fun with it.
Do you have a sports radio folder?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't care enough about that. I don't want people emailing me afterwards. They get so
Yeah.
upset. I
Yeah.
tweeted something about, I did a sports radio observation, and people were like, "Oh, who are you talking about?" Oh, I'm not gonna tell you. I don't care. Like, this is my Twitter for my thoughts, and if you
Did
enjoy
someone
them, great.
email you about that?
No, nobody
Oh,
emailed
okay.
me, but I
Okay.
did get a few text messages. Oh,
Oh,
you talking about this person? No, why do you care? Who cares? This is just my thought. Let me just have a stream of thoughts. I thought the Grammys were great this year with the performances. They had back to back to back performances, and it was like the dunk contest where you're just watching your peers and you're singing along, you're reacting to the performance. Like, Bad Bunny is reacting to Dua Lipa. That
that
was
was cool.
incredible.
That was cool.
I love that. That was one of the coolest moments that I saw at the Grammys.
I mean, Silk Sonic delivered, baby. I'm
Yeah,
so
that was
excited
pretty
for
good.
that album.
That, like, 38 people got pregnant just watching that performance. Our guy Nabil says Dua Lipa is on her way to becoming this generation's Britney after that performance. So it's a
Mm.
pretty good performance.
Trey might have something to say about that.
What does Trey say about Dua Lipa?
No. I mean, he brought up Britney.
Oh, you talking about our guy Trey?
Yeah, our
guy,
guy
not
Trey.
Trey,
Yeah.
not Trey the
Not Trey
producer.
Campbell. No, not Trey
No,
Campbell.
not Trey Campbell.
Our guy
It's like,
Trey. No.
what? I was like, why would Trey have to say anything?
Wrong Trey.
Cool, man. So Grammys was good. I enjoyed it. Those were my observations. I thought the performances, the Black Pumas were awesome. Did you listen to their album? I told you about it a couple weeks before.
No, I didn't. Oh, you know
You'll
whose
love.
performance was surprisingly good too, and it was at the very end. Roddy Rich busted out the piano and
Oh yeah,
everything. I
yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah. I
okay,
do remember that.
that was good.
That was a good one. Chris Martin was just a pianist, by the way. He was just in the back, like, "Hey, cool. I'm just here playing the piano. I'm Chris Martin,
Hey guys,
one,
remember when
one
y'all
of the
used
most
to care about
decorated
me?
musicians of our time, just hanging out here, just playing the piano, no lines, anything, literally just playing the piano." And they didn't even say his name. They're just like, "Oh, I guess that's Chris Martin." Yeah, it is Chris Martin. So that was pretty cool.
You
I
just
thought it was
had
just
to
a fun.
know. It was an Easter egg. You just had to know that was Chris
Yeah, for
Martin.
sure.
If you know, you know.
It was cool. It was just a good celebration of music. I think you'll really like the Black Pumas, or as Trevor Noah called it the whole night, the Pumas,
No,
the Black Pumas. But the Black Pumas is great. The story, the lead singer and guitarist, he was playing on the Santa Monica Pier 6 years ago, like just a
wow,
starving musician, and now he's a Grammy nominated musician. How cool is that?
that's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, that's pretty badass. So I loved it. Okay, are you excited about March Madness?
No, not really.
Not at
I'm
all.
I'm gonna watch U of H's games, and that's probably it. I'm
Did
still I'm still on my no sports, but now it's been updated to no sports but soccer.
oh man.
The world's best game. I'll
Uh
watch U of H's game, and I'll probably watch the championship game, maybe the Final
that's it.
Four if I catch the bug.
Are you gonna watch all of the Cougars games as they make their run to the Final Four?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought you meant you're just gonna watch their opening round game and that's it.
Oh no
Like
no no
nothing
no
else.
no no. I mean, unless they lose their opening round game, I will be
Yeah.
trying to watch all of the games.
Okay, okay, gotcha. No, I fully expect them to make a pretty damn good run. I'm gonna do my bracket tomorrow. Like officially sit down, do some research,
Oh,
get excited. I love doing that. I'm gonna do it
I
with my
can't wait
daughter.
for your constant tweets about your bracket being busted.
Oh no, I don't do that. I don't do.
You don't do that?
No, I don't do. I don't care. Like once my bracket's done, I just go. Well, that sucked. That Virginia lost to a 16 seed, and then that's it. I move on. Who cares?
You know how we used to always do the brackets at the station.
Hmm.
I never participated.
Yeah, the
I,
$20 thing, and we would hang our brackets up
yeah.
and all that stuff, and I was like, eh. Like I think you get like you got shamed into doing it, and I was like, I don't want to do. I don't want to play with you guys. I have my own group of guys I want to play with, because then it
Oh,
turns into like, oh, did you see Raheel pick this dumb pick right here? Like I don't care enough about that guy. Like good. Congratulations, you made a college basketball pick correctly.
Landa Steve is gonna isolate the I have other guys I want to play with part.
Oh, that's not right. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I can already tell you.
That's a Twitter account that we don't need to exist. Raheel out of context. We don't want that. El Jefe said, I went to listen to her music and started thinking, why does this sound so familiar? Then I realized her music sounds like every song at Express in the late 2000s, talking about Dua Lipa.
Oh,
Does it? I don't know. I like her
that's
music.
rough.
Her album's really good. The Future Nostalgia is really good.
The title of that album is so freaking cringe.
Well, it's a pop album. It has to be like that. You have to
It's
give
terrible.
it a cringe. Okay, one question I have for you, and we're gonna do this is a pretty quick episode because we had some internet issues again as we started the show to talk about, so we weren't sure like exactly how much we'd get done. So my question for you and for the people that are listening live, I asked this, and I'm curious because I want to know like, do other people have this? What's the cheapest bougie thing you do? And we'll cap it at like, we can have ranges, right? Like $10, $20, but ideally like mine is $10 or lower. Like I'll give you mine, right? I can no longer eat normal bread. I can't do it. Like I can't do it. The only bread I can eat now is Whole Foods sourdough rosemary. I can't even do the normal sourdough anymore. It has to have
Wow.
rosemary in it. It's the most bougie thing for $5, but that's it. Like I have to have that.
Damn. I mean, is sparkling water my bougie thing? I still drink
Yeah.
regular water, but the only thing I drink is really like water, coffee, and sparkling water.
Yeah, that's
Does
perfectly
that
fine.
quantify?
Yeah, because that's like under $5, and it's like sparkling water is still considered a bougie thing, even though it's like on the
Definitely.
rise. That's one of the fastest growing subcategories in the drink industry.
Where did you pull that stat?
It is for real because
Bro.
I'm interested in that. I don't know because I'm just intrigued by it.
Is kombucha for us also a bougie? I mean, that's a bougie thing, right?
Kombucha's pretty expensive still. Well, actually, no. It depends which one
That's
you
what
get.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think that quantifies as a bougie thing.
But you can drink others. Yeah, I would say that's one. I'll give you that. I'll give you another one. Something that's like $3. So Trader Joe's has goat cheese blended with honey. So honey goat cheese. And I can't eat any other cheese now. Like I have to have that log of cheese. I always have to have it on hand. Have you ever had goat cheese?
I do not want some honey freaking cheese on my frijoles. I'm out.
Bro, you gotta try it. I put it on my tacos. We had taco night. I sprinkle a little goat cheese on top. Oof. It adds a little sweet and sour kick to it. Yo, come on. The best $3 you can spend. Omar says
I don't want my frijoles to taste cheesy. I mean sweet.
He says Tomo Chico, but I think he meant Topo Chico. That's
yeah, that's a good one. I have a 6-pack sitting in my fridge.
Nabil says credit card travel hacking. I don't know if that's a bougie
that's
thing.
Not bougie. That's finessing the game.
That's finessing the game. Wrong segment.
Come on, Nabil.
So yeah, if you have
ain't new to this.
Yeah, Nabil, he took the time out to explain how to travel hack to me. And I was like, damn, this is interesting. He's like, look, here are the credit cards. Here's how you do it. And then like I was like, man, I started looking into it, and then I got lazy, and I'm like, I'm good. I was like, I'll just pay a little bit.
I gotta get another credit card. I'm good.
Yeah. El Jefe says he's gonna pay $5 extra for Raheel's premium tweets, which Twitter is gonna announce that soon, right? Their paid edition. Yo,
that's what y'all get for y'all lazy ass. Twitter is still free jokes. That's what y'all get.
And guess what? You know what I'm gonna do? As soon as that feature hits, as soon as it hits, I'm going to make a $5 Twitter. I'm going to say, hey, man, you want some of my content? Paid. And even if I get 100 people, that's $500 a month that I didn't have before.
You're going to make me pay to tweet you, aren't you?
Yeah, hell yeah. Absolutely. I'm going to make you.
I'll just revive the iMessage chat, which I know you won't want. So
No. Please don't do that.
Yeah,
Please
exactly.
Don't do that. I don't want any part of the iMessage chat. The group chats I'm good. I'm absolutely good. Okay, so if you do have an answer for the cheapest bougie thing you do, if you're listening on the audio side, make sure you tweet us at WakeUpMrPartida. Right?
It's back.
It's back.
I changed it to my original handle. Yeah.
I forgot to put it. That's why you didn't get the notification on Twitter today, because I put Parj94 on
That's gonna take everyone nowhere.
Yeah, that's gonna just be a dead account now. Like, oh, what'd he get deleted for? What happened? Oh man, he got canceled. So yeah, definitely tweet us at @the_Raheel or join us on live edition of this podcast, which will not be live next week because I am off next week from the podcast, and then we'll regroup and do it in a couple of weeks because I'm gonna be on the beach. I'm gonna be skimboarding the beautiful sands of Padre Island Seashore Beach, as recommended by Nabil, who's a big Corpus Christi fan. I did not know that. He texted me. He's like, dude, you got to do these following things. I'm like, wait. I didn't know you had a Corpus Christi travel guide. I'm here for it. Thank you, Rick Steves. I love it.
He planned your whole trip. Good on the bill.
He did. I love it. Anything else we missed this week, Jose?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
How was work for you this week?
It's been great, man. It's been a blessing.
That's awesome.
Loving every second of it. Very
outside of the Wi-Fi issues.
Outside of the freaking Wi-Fi issues. Luckily, I don't. The only issue I'm having is with Zooms, which I maybe do 3 a week. I can do everything else fine, but everything's going great.
Is it recommended you guys do the video on your Zoom?
No, but I prefer to.
Okay.
It's a preference thing for me.
I disable. I'm like literally, if somebody's like, hey, why don't we just do a Zoom? Why don't we just do a phone call? Because I'm telling you right now, I will not enable my video for a 9 a.m. Zoom call. I will not do it. Like, let's just.
Someone's got to see me get these fits off. Man. My mom and Clutch are probably tired of them already.
Yeah, your mom, your dog Clutch, and me and El Jefe, because you'll send us pictures and we're like, oh, nice, looks good, man. Nobody. Do you miss that part of it yet?
Yeah, definitely. That's like coworkers? The only part I miss about going to an office, getting a fit off. Man, everything else, like I didn't put gas in my car for like a month. Like, I have the peace of mind of like not being stressed out all the time. That's been wonderful.
Oh, it's such a
But
good feeling.
I miss getting a fit off. I
Yeah.
can't lie to you.
Hopefully next week, or excuse me, as we start opening back up and get out, you can actually wear your fits with, friends, and not just have what do you call it, like an excuse, like, no, we can't, pandemic. You got no more excuse now, Jose. You got the vaccine. You're
I
good.
do.
You got to
Oh,
come
people
out.
are starting to ask questions like, "Oh, now you're gonna hang out with us once since you're vaccinated?" And I just like, yeah,
No.
sure,
See,
okay.
you got to get a side job. Anytime somebody was asking me, hey man, you want to come hang out Saturday, watch the Longhorns game? I can't, dude. SaberCats.
That's why
I
you
gotta
got the
work.
SaberCats
I
job.
gotta work. I gotta work, man. I can't do it. I can't do it. I got side hustle. Okay, we are done. AlamoRemedy.com. Do not forget to use them for your CBD needs. If you need something to get you back on the clock, by the way, with the daylight savings adjustment, whatever just happened, my sleep schedule has actually been thrown
Oof.
off for the first time since this never happens to me, but it happened this year. Been taking my CBD, getting back on track. Everything's good. Check them out, alamoremedy.com. Use promo code UNICORN and you will save 10% off. What's the promo code, Jose?
Unicorn.
10% off all orders, $17.99. Great products. I also want to mention the Houston SaberCats. I will be doing stadium hosting for them, so they have tickets available at HoustonSaberCats.com. If you've never watched rugby, it's a lot of fun. Shout out to them. They're not paying to advertise, but I do want to let you guys know that they are awesome and it's going to be fun. And they also have a new app, the Major League Rugby app. You can watch all the games and highlights up there now. So if you
Nice.
want to watch teams and kind of get used to what rugby is, the MLR app is now available. Just go to their website, you'll find it. And then I want to thank the yfactor.com, theyfactor.com. They had a big push for March Madness, man. They are awesome. They're great people. Get down there. Make sure you get your health exams done there, your urological wellness exams for all the guys that are listening right now. For real, even if you're 25 years old, get it done. Get an annual urological wellness. Think about it this way: women have OB-GYNs, right? And they go there starting at like pretty much like 18, 19. They have an OB-GYN, and we don't have that. And that's what the Y Factor is doing. I talked to them again, and they're like, "Hey, get more guys out there." Not because we want patients and money and all that. No, because we want to make sure guys are taking care of their health, and then we will help them in understanding what they need to focus on with their urological concerns. This isn't a low T clinic and all that stuff. This is actually like a full look at your health from the inside out. So give them a chance. They're awesome people. That's where I go. Your official doctor for Raheel Roms and all these urological concerns. The Y Factor. I love them. They're great people. So just want to throw that out there because I talked to them this week. So much love to them. All right, Jose, we are done. Have a great week. I would talk to you in a couple of weeks.
Stay safe, buddy. Enjoy Corpus.
All right, man. I'll talk to you. Bye.
Stay spicy, boys.